Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 2 of Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life, her 30 Days of Sketches series 5. And today's sketch is a sketch by Inspired Blueprints. And it's a fun sketch. If you see here, it's got some banners. It's a fairly simple, lots of white space. There seems to be here quite a large frame around a smaller block of paper. So let's see what I did. And if you know me, you know that I do love playing with sketches. I love also rotating them, mirroring them, flipping them. And lately I've been staying fairly true to a lot of the sketches that I was doing in the Sketch Sunday series. So I thought I would switch it up a little bit, and I flipped this one on its side. And I love it. I love how this turned out. Now, other than flipping it on its side, the larger part of the design I have stayed fairly true to, although I have my title at a different place. I have added a couple of little clusters to make it a little bit more mine, and to have my lovely little triangle that I got from Christy and that Christy loves doing on all her layouts as well. So now this layout I used here in the back here, it's a piece of paper from Amy Tangerine. It's an Amy Tangerine, and it's her collection. It's a little bit older now. It's her collection that has the word heart in it. It's not Oh My Heart, because that was Paige Evans. But sorry about that. There you go. So that is the background paper. And then if you see here, there seemed to be a very large block of paper. So I did exactly the same thing. And this is just some Stampin' Up! Pattern paper that I have. I have a big stack of it on my shelves, and so I just went back in and I got that because it's a fairly thin paper. I don't tend to ever use it as a full background unless I am matting it or using it as a frame, but I sort of loved the colors, and it went with this orange background paper that I had chosen. And then the rest of this layout is really very paper heavy, so it's quite frugal on the use of supplies, and yet I think it gives a fun effect. So paper, punches, some people use punches or dies for their banners. I just sort of freehand cut them. But I had, if you recall, in my one of the Freeze Fridays a little while back, I was showing this big stack of 6x6 papers that I'm trying to work through over these few months in the spending freeze. So that is what I dug out here. I got tons of 6x6 papers and little scraps that are all in the sort of color scheme that I chose, because I really wanted to use this background paper because I felt it matched a little bit the carpet here in the photo, which is meant to be a red carpet. And then the colors in the background come a lot from this pattern paper. So the sort of paler blue, darker blue, the terracotta or peach color. So I found that matched perfectly. And then I just went in and got a bunch of 6x6 papers, got my circle punches out, a 1 inch, a 1.5, a 1 3/4, I believe, and a 2 inch, or maybe a 1 inch, 1 3/8, 1.5, and my 2 inch. And I just went ahead and did some circles. And then I cut a whole bunch of banners to go along exactly as they had done here. And you see, if you look at it here, the photo is sort of tucked underneath it. So I did exactly the same thing. And I used some lovely twine that I had here in the sort of tealy color, and I put that ahead. And it's sort of perfect because this word here, Universal Studios, and that left a perfect way to sort of maybe underline it or bring it more into focus with the twine that I put here. So this photo is of my nephew, and they went to a recent, was it last year or a couple of years ago? I can't remember now, to California for the summer holiday. This is obviously a wax statue, so I thought my title was quite appropriate because this is also a quote from Marilyn Monroe. So it is all make-believe, isn't it? So I thought I was being quite clever there. So got my banners down. Then I inked all of the banners, inked all of my circles, and inked this paper that was going on the orange frame to just give a little bit of definition, because all of this is fairly flat to the page with the exception of these two circles, which I popped up, because you see there's a little bit of a cluster here. So I sort of did that true to the sketch, but I added a little bit more. So I have two circles, just a lovely little word sticker here. Remember, a chipboard piece from Vicki Boutin, one of the Vicki Boutin collections, and this lovely little bird. Now, I think this is from one of the Paige Evans sticker sheets. So that gives me a fun little cluster here. And then it gave me the perfect little place. You see, I put my cluster down a little bit lower, which gave me one of those little nooks that I love to put the first part of my title, which I'm using, these are my mini markets, and these are alpha beams. So it is all I put here. Just a little navy puffy heart, make believe, which is from the alpha beans, isn't it? I go back to the mini markets, and then I just added a couple of enamel dots here because this sort of left a little bit of an awkward space. So I put two little shimmery enamel dots and one right there. And then there is a cluster sort of down here and here. I didn't really want a cluster per se up here. I'm not going to do any journaling on this because this is not my page to journal on. It will be going in my nephew's family album. So I just did a few little puffy stickers here just to give a little bit of interest up here. Love this heart. These are all Vicki Boutin from the Vicki Boutin Kaleidoscope collection. And so what I did with this cluster is I moved it up a little bit and then added one over here. So that gives me my sort of real triangle. I love doing 3 circles sort of overlap this way. I just love the sort of look that that gives. I popped this one up on foam as I did here. And in the little crevices, I added a few enamel dots. And here I put fabulous fun just to repeat a little bit so that this little word sticker wasn't there all on its lonesome. And there you have it. So this is my take on day 2. Please don't forget to pop on down below and see what Christy, Crystal, Shannon, and Daisy got up to today. I'm sure you're going to get some awesome, awesome inspiration. We would love to see you play along with us. And if you do, use the hashtag 3030. So hashtag 30DSCBL5 for series 5. I will get a playlist going of all of my layouts down below, and I'll see if I can't maybe add everybody else's as we go along this month. I'll see what I can do about that. Come on back and see what we're up to tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and I hope you're getting some scrappy time. Bye.